Hello, everybody. Been a while, huh? Oh, God. It is currently 7:27 on New Year's Eve, and it is the end of this year, the year of 2020. And it's been quite a year, admittedly. I know y'all haven't seen me on here very often. Hardly ever. I don't think I've even actually uploaded a video of my own this year. I think most of the videos were, well, actually, I think all of the videos this year were uploaded by Alex. He uploaded the Red Dead Redemption stuff and then our stream announcements, which we did more of this year instead of videos and recording because it was easier, admittedly. So, if you're not aware, we have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/dudesdoingstuff. Go over there and hit that follow button, when we go eventually get back to streaming, because this year has kind of been meh. So the reason I wanted to make this video, the reason why I wanted to make this video is to kind of talk about this year. That's the YouTuber thing. To talk about the year and everything, and I can't really say this year has been that terrible for me. Yes, a lot of things happen. A lot of obviously the big one is the big global pandemic that happened. And then of course we had social injustices and all kinds of different things. It was an election year, and it's not stuff I want to talk about here. But a lot of big things have changed for me this year. As you can probably tell in almost every video I post of me doing these, is a different apartment. I have a different apartment. I've actually moved closer to where Alex lives. That happened this year. I got a new job this year. I met a lot of new friends this year. I've gotten to do more wrestling stuff this year. I've met new wrestling people. I've been, motivated more and more because I get to do wrestling stuff almost every week, which was more than what I was doing in any of the previous years, and I'll go into that here in a little bit. I don't know how long this video is going to be, and of course, as you know from our channel, I'm going to say curse words. So yeah, I might say curse words. I don't know. You never know with these. But fair warning for any children watching. Drink plenty of water. One thing, so at this time last year, maybe not exactly at this time because, well, whatever, but on New Year's Eve of last year, I was working, as I was at work. At midnight I was at work. Right now I'd have been at home because I worked an overnight job. I worked security for this place, and I hated it. Hated every second of it. But I had a new job lined up, but nothing had come through yet. So I had to bear with this horrible security job. So I was sitting at a desk. Sitting at a desk by myself on New Year's Eve, bored out of my mind because the plant was closed and nobody can come in or out. Well, nobody was there to go out, but nobody can come in. So I had to basically sit at a desk and look at my phone and watch YouTube all night and try to keep myself awake. That's basically how I started 2020, was at that horrible job. About a month later, in the month of February, I finally got the call. I can go and work my new job, which I'm not going to talk about because it's very important, non-disclosure stuff, and I don't want to go into it. But I got a new job. It's it's an 8-hour-a-day job, 5 days a week. I had my weekends free. It was wonderful. And there's a lot of ups and downs with that job too. I got initially hired on as a temp. I was only supposed to work as a temp for 3 months. Then they were going to bring me on full time. Well, things changed. Things got recategorized. All this stuff happened, and I actually didn't get hired on full time until November. but I can say I have a full-time job, and it allows me to do other things that isn't random, like, oh, I want to go to this wrestling show, but oh no, what if I have to work that weekend? I have that luxury now of, hold on, I thought I heard my phone vibrate. I don't know who that is. Okay, sorry. You never know. This time of night, you want to make sure that people are safe. Anyway, I now have a job that allows me to plan things and get around and everything. And but the reason I brought up the whole temp thing was my job offers paid holidays for full-time staff. And unfortunately, during the time I was a temp, I wasn't a full-time staff. Even though I was working 40 hours, I was working 5 days a week. I wasn't full-time, so any of those days off, I lost money because I wasn't getting paid for them. And that caused a bit of a strain for this year. So that was kind of one of the negatives of 2020, on top of a positive. And that's cleared away now, and everything is uphill from here. I got told by one of the other people in my office that I have the qualifications to move up very quickly in my job. So once I'm through my probationary period at work, hey, things change. Part of moving from where I was to where I am now in between is I actually was living with Alex for a little bit. Some of you may have saw that, some in our videos and mentioned and all that stuff. So I stayed with him for a few months, and in that time, Alex, had a baby, and he became a dad. And I'm sure you've seen it. If you've seen our streams, you've seen the baby. It's adorable, and I love that little guy. But we decided while we were together at that time that we were going to try to focus on Twitch. And we did. We actually became Twitch affiliates. We were able to start doing stuff. Now, nothing crazy. We weren't immediately earning any money, and we would like to do that more. But things changed after I had moved out. I got my own place. This place here, as you can see, I got all kinds of. There's my part of my pop figures right there, and I got more, and a statue right there, and I got my own place, and so that kind of bumped things around a little bit. So we had to make plans now because of the pandemic. Because the pandemic started while I was literally a week before I moved into his place. Things went into lockdown. Like, it was crazy. I was moving. I was packing stuff. We were putting stuff into a moving van, and everybody was like, we're shutting down, all that stuff. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. If I look that way a little bit, it's because the screen is over here, so I get caught up because there's a little box that's focusing on my face, which I wasn't aware was a thing until just now. Also, I'm trying to make sure I don't lose my voice because now part of my new job is I talk a lot, so water. Anywho, so we started focusing more on Twitch and getting that going. We were streaming twice a week. We were streaming for 2 hours a week, and we had a structure, we had a system. And I moved out, and we were still doing that. We were still streaming twice a week. I would go over to his house after work, and we would stream for 2 hours, and we would do what we set out to do. But then school started back up, and Alex had to go to work. And because I had not become full-time yet, I didn't qualify for medical insurance yet. And that was a ding. I'm going to turn my speaker down real quick because I forgot I had the speakers on. Anywho, so yeah, he was, there was that whole fear of, what was going on and things like that, and concerns. I wouldn't say fear. Fear isn't the right word, but yeah, just a concern about getting sick and all that stuff. And so we kind of had to put streaming on hold. So I was like, okay, well, that's fine. I'll make videos. And that's what I wanted to do. Well, lo and behold, because of those days off that I missed, I lost my internet service. so I could make the content, but I had no guaranteed way of uploading it. I couldn't go over to Alex's place and upload it there, or I couldn't take it to work and upload it there because I don't know if I was allowed to. That's changed now. I have internet. I don't know how good the internet is. We're gonna find out when I upload this video. But it's better than no internet, and it's affordable. But anyway, I'm gonna ramble a lot. And I don't even know how long this video is gonna be. And I had a plan for this video. Like, I was thinking about it all day, and I even thought about it yesterday and stuff. Like, what am I gonna say? I'm gonna say this and this, and now you get in front of a camera and you're just like, duh, how do videos work? But no, it's just a lot of things that changed. My car broke down. Like, my crappy Lexus that I had, it gave out, which was a blessing and a curse, because I got a new car. I got a really nice new car that Alex has helped me with, and it's great because it's a lot more fuel efficient. It's really nice. It's a 2015 model, so it's newer than my 2001 Lexus. And I got this really nice place. Like, this is actually a really nice place that I'm living in. It's not a bad neighborhood like I was before, and it wasn't like a crappy little hovel. It's a really nice place. I have central air. I have an air conditioner that I can turn on at any time and be comfortable in my home. I don't have to buy a space heater to keep myself from shivering to death, or things like that. But and of course, this year's had its downs too. Personally, with the pandemic happening, a lot of the wrestling shows that I was going to be a part of got canceled and everything. So that brings me to the wrestling stuff. A lot of that stuff was hold on, sorry. Speaking of my wrestling peeps, I'm in a group chat with them, and one of them directly just messaged me in it, wanting to know, so just asking me. So I'm gonna probably be up and down for just a second. I'm not trying to be rude, but anyway, so a lot of that changed. Like, a lot of the wrestling stuff just stopped. Shows were getting canceled left and right, and because of safety concerns and guidelines and all that stuff. But the one thing that did change is a good friend of mine, a good friend in the wrestling world, as well as personal. He started his own wrestling school, and he asked me to help out. So I was like, yeah, of course I'll help out, because one, a bunch of our students, we get these students, and I love trying to help younger wrestlers, learn their craft, trying to, mold them into who they want to be in the wrestling world. But it also got me back in the ring. It got me wrestling more and more and more, because with one of the previous shows that I worked, they ran monthly, and then they decided to stop for whatever reason. At this point, I don't care. They stopped. They said we were going to come back. They didn't come back. They actually sold all of their equipment that they were going to do, so there's no way of them coming back. But in that time, I had nothing. I didn't have any, I wasn't getting booked anywhere else except for there at the time, and that's my fault. I'm not going to blame, like, oh, well, obviously they didn't like me, or they didn't want me, or whatever. I didn't put myself out there, and that's my fault. And that's part of something that I learned this year, is to take responsibility for things that I have control of. Surprise, huh? But anyway, so I actually had thought about quitting wrestling. And that was a decision that weighed heavily on me, because that was a big part of my life up to that point. I've been doing it for almost 6 years now. At this point, almost 7. Like, I met a lot of really good people through it, And I thought about, hanging it up and, just not worrying about it anymore. Well, my friend came to me with this, he came out and be like, hey, I'm starting a school. And oh my God, there was so much backlash from it. A lot of people wanted it to fail, and a lot of the wrong people wanted it to fail. All the right people, the people who actually support us and care, they were gung-ho about it. They were ready to go. But anywho, that started, and I started to do that. And so I started helping out at the school. I started doing things. And then once wrestling shows started happening, they started pretty slow, but they started to do outdoor shows, drive-in shows, really interesting ideas. And I started to get more calls, more, messages saying, hey, can you come do this? Can you come do that? Or I would go to them and they'd be like, hey, can you work? Can you wrestle for us? Can you do something? And I'm like, and I'm just, I'm like, yeah, of course, I'll do it. And I started to get booked more, and I started to show up more, up until recently, because things happened again in this area. I actually had a show, like a brand new wrestling promotion was starting up this year. We had a show. I was wrestling one of the guys I actually look up to. I've never got to wrestle him before. I was going to get to wrestle him for the heavyweight championship, for one of the biggest promotions. He held the heavyweight champion for one of the biggest promotions in West Virginia. And I had the opportunity to wrestle him, but because of what's going on, it got canceled. And I, like, when it got announced that I was wrestling him, like, I knew I was wrestling him beforehand, but when it got announced that, like, I was going to be wrestling him for that title, I got hit with the biggest hit of imposter syndrome, which, for people who don't know what that is, I actually have a definition of it here, because another friend of mine had asked, what does that mean? Basically what it is, it basically means that things start happening, like even good things that make you start questioning, like, do I belong here? Are my skills up to this level? Why am I getting this kind of recognition? And like it was such an intense, like, I've had those moments before, like, when I was at my job at GameStop, but it was like when I would get overlooked for things like promotions and stuff like that. I was like, am I good enough for this? Am I even good enough? And it was small things, but this was a moment of like, oh God, why am I here? What has allowed me to do? And even I'll admit, my confidence over the last year alone in professional wrestling has gone through the roof. And not like overconfidence thinking I should be like the main event of any show. It's just my own personal abilities, the stuff I can do, the things I say, and who I am. It's becoming more and more, I'm more confident in those and my abilities. And so it became more and more, and that was like the one time in the year that I even questioned, like, what did I do to become, to get this spot. But anyway, another thing that's happening starting in the new year is I'm actually wrestling in a tournament for another heavyweight title for another promotion. And like, I get to wrestle a guy I've been friends with since I started, and me and him had never wrestled before either, and it's exciting. But the start of that wrestling school had got me. It was a weekly thing. Every once a week we would go, sometimes twice a week depending on how things are going. But things changed, and everything started to come together. I was checking the time right there, don't mind me, because I've been rambling for a while now, and I kind of knew I was going to ramble, but I didn't know to the extent of which I was going to ramble. But anyway, like, things started to change, and people started to see, hey, this guy knows what he's doing. He knows where he's at. I got to wrestle more and everything, and I became a kind of a go-to in certain promotions, and that was kind of cool. I got to debut in a few new promotions, like places I'd never been before. Sorry, excuse me. I had recently ate dinner, so I'm gonna burp. But it was it was a good feeling to have that level of trust. Like, I even wrestled in a match that involved people who have been on TV. Like, I've never done that before in the 6.5 years up until 2020. I'd never once wrestled in the same ring in the same match. I mean, I've been in the same ring with people, but never like in a match itself. Never been in a match with somebody who was featured on a global scale. Like, I've wrestled on shows with guys like the Hardy Boys or not Ricky Steamboat. I'm not on that show, but Shane Douglas, guys like those, like people who are well known in the wrestling community, and things like that. But I'm still wondering. Like, they messaged, and I'm just like, "What did you need?" And they didn't respond, and I don't know what's going on. Okay, but anywho, more water, yay. But I keep saying because I don't know what I'm doing. But it was just so crazy because, I spent the last 5-6 years questioning if I belonged in the wrestling world, and then all of a sudden I do, and people who I look up to, they know me, they get a hold of me, they talk to me, they give me advice, they give me criticisms, which is just as good as advice. Trying to help me become better. My in-ring skills have been well documented now, and it's so insane to hear because it's like I'd wondered all this time. I guess we're not going to talk to me anymore. Wondered all this time about do I belong? And now I do belong, and now they're trying to help me, find myself in this place, trying to help me out, and it's been really good. I met a lot, and because of the wrestling school, I actually met a lot of really, really good people. We build each other up, we help each other. I've gotten mad at a few of them. Oh, I screamed! Oh my god! And I'm not going to go into detail on that, but it brought us closer together, and it brought me like so much. Like, I'm sitting here trying to think about it. I had made a post. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can. Not the specific post. I'm just gonna go look at it because there was a post I had made, and I just kept getting more and more like reactions to it, and it was astounding to me because it was just like, what in the world has happened here? And it might have been the match graphic that I was talking about earlier, where I was gonna wrestle that guy. I don't see it. It's so down here. I don't know. But I just kept getting more and more people, and getting things, and it still didn't feel real up until the point that it got canceled. But hey, it'll happen. It'll happen, and I'm happy that it'll happen. But I'm so distracted right now from all the different electronic things around me. I can't help it. I'm bad. Sorry. But I believe I said at the beginning of 2019, I don't know if I posted a video about it or what, I said 2020 was going to be the year of positivity. But I say that every year. I think every year needs to be the year of positivity, and I strive to be it. Yes, I've had my downs this year. I'm manic depressive. It happens. I had a good chunk of time there during it when I I was so scared that I wasn't gonna make it, or I was gonna lose my apartment, or I was gonna lose my car, or I was gonna lose my job. Any of those, and I was scared of money coming in and being concerned. But it didn't happen. Like, I didn't lose my job, I didn't lose my car, obviously I didn't lose my apartment. I was able to make it. I scrounged, I asked, I borrowed money, which never feel ashamed of asking for help. I don't know, for people who've made it this far in the video. Never be ashamed of asking for help, because it's actually harder to ask than to try to do it on your own. And I found that out the hard way over these even the last couple of years. I've asked my brother for money. I've asked my dad for money. I've asked random people for money. And, well, not random people. I've asked my friends to help out. And it's surprising how many people will actually help you when you ask them to. Even if it's a small thing, like it can be. I've even had trouble with this. The smallest of asking, even like, hey, can you buy me lunch? Has been like, it can feel so degrading, but it's not, because for one, you figure out who your friends are. You figure out who the people who would help you. Like, I even made a joke post the other day. I say the other day, this was a few weeks ago, complaining about winter and the electric company and all that stuff. And almost immediately, like within the minute of me posting that, I had somebody who just messaged me saying, hey man, do you need some help? And I'm like, no, it's fine, I have it handled. But it was just that feeling of having people who are like that is just it's so overwhelming, and in such a way. I wanted to do this video mostly to talk about that, but to talk about the year I had. I didn't even tell Alex I was doing this video, so and I want to upload it. Hopefully, if you're seeing this, it'll be during the day or whenever you want to watch it. But I'm uploading this video at a very inopportune time. I want to upload this video. I want this to be the first video on the channel of this year. So I want to upload it, which is why I'm recording it at the time that I am now. Because I don't know how long it's going to take to process and upload. But I want to try to get it up there at midnight tonight. Meaning I want it to be live at the very beginning of 2021. Because, again, as I said, I'm going to make this year the year of positivity. I'm going to work harder this year. I want to produce more content on the channel. Obviously, that's not going to be, if I even post another video after this, that's more than what I've done for the channel in this past year. But there's stuff I want to do. I have games I want to play for the channel. There's videos I want to make. There's stuff I want to do. I have goals for 2020 or 2021. That's gonna be hard. That's such a transition now. 2021, because you're so used to saying 2020. But 2021, I have goals I want to do. Like I already started on one of them today. And they say if you want to keep your goals, don't tell people. But this one, I want to tell people, because I want people to try to make sure to hold me accountable. I'm trying to cut out caffeine. Before I had done it, I cut out caffeine before, but I did it in such a way that, like, if I had a morning shift at a job, I would have an energy drink, and then that would be it. And that kind of spiraled out of control once I got the overnight security job, because then I was drinking like 2 cans of Monster and a pop and whatever. So I'm trying to cut caffeine out of my diet for now, and I'm doing it cold turkey. So it's going to suck. So that's why water is important. I have other things I want to do. Upload more videos, do more things, hang out with more people, because hopefully this whole pandemic thing will be over sooner rather than later. But 2020 had its ups and downs for a lot of people. It sucked for a lot of people. I even debated on whether or not I was going to record this. And there's still that debate in my head of whether or not I'm actually going to post it. I'm going to post it. I mean, obviously, you're watching it, so of course I posted it. But I wanted this. I want to do more out of this year. I want to do more. I want to do more for this year. I want to get better. I want to do more. I want to be better. I would love for us to get to a point, whether on on YouTube or on Twitch that I can do charity live streams and things like that. I want to make sure my internet's good enough to do live streams. That's the kicker, because it's fairly new. It's a fairly new internet thing. It runs off of mobile instead of like cable, so I'm able to play online games. I've been playing Destiny a lot lately, while also watching like live streams. I've been watching a lot of streamers lately, mostly because I don't like dealing with YouTube ads that much. But and they've been kind of inspiring me to do better. And if anybody's wondering, I've mostly been watching 2 or 3 different streamers. Corpse Husband has been a big one. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He has an amazing voice. He's a very good guy, and he's just very chill, and I love him. And another one is actually surprisingly Valkyrae. She won Content Creator of the Year at the Game Awards. Normally, her style of stuff is not really my thing, but she surrounds herself with some really cool people. Like Corpse Husband is actually how I discovered him, and I discovered Corpse Husband through Jacksepticeye, from a video he posted, and just seeing some of the people who I used to complain about to my friends, and never really online because I didn't want to, seeing them together and actually seeing who they are as people has really been eye-opening for me. Because people tend to judge people based on what they are. They're streamers, they're girl streamers, they're annoying. And I'm like, nah. Even before that, I knew better, but I don't know, preconceived notions and ideas, all that stuff. But they kind of inspired me to try to do better and be positive. And I want to make a positive area for people to come in, to watch, and to be a part of, to be active, and things like that. So I need to test a few things before I can do anything. At the very least, I'm going to start recording videos again. There's a few games that I want to play. A few things I want to do. And I'm going to try to get back to me and Alex getting together and doing things. Me and Alex are going to try to start working out more, because I gained some weight. And he's gained some weight, but that's his own thing. But I've gained some weight, and I hit a point where I'm not ashamed of my body. I'm not, but I definitely wouldn't mind being a little lighter, for various reasons. I'm not that kind of person who's like, oh well, I weigh this much. Oh, I'm gross. Oh, no, I'm not like that. That's stupid. If you're comfortable with who you are and your skin, be better. Wow, where did that come from? If you're comfortable with who you are and your skin, and you live it. If you want to do better, then do better. If you're okay with who you are, then that's fine too. One thing I've always lived my life by is, just treat people how you want to be treated. But don't be so upset if nobody treats you the same, because everybody's going to treat people differently. I try not to be too hypercritical about things. I make that mistake a lot, and luckily I don't put my comments about things out there into the world too much. But I don't know. I want to go back to doing stuff. I want to go back to being dudes doing stuff. I want to do stuff. And what that stuff is, I don't know. Obviously, gaming on YouTube isn't always it's not going to be the thing. It's not the hot thing anymore. I don't know what the hot thing on YouTube is anymore. I watch cooking videos. I watch clips. I watch, all kinds of different stuff anymore. But I just want to have fun. That's really all it is. I mean, I want to live the best life I can. I want to go out and have fun. I want to have fun with my friends. I know me and Alex have talked about a lot of different ideas that we should put into effect, because they're ideas, but until we do stuff with them, then they're just that, ideas. Pen to paper, go out and make the things we want to make the videos, record the podcast, draw the pictures, do whatever you need to do. But yeah, so I'm gonna work on some things. I don't know when any of that's gonna show, but it's definitely gonna show at some point this year. Hopefully in the very near future. Um, I'm gonna start doing things. I have things plugged in. I've cleaned up my areas that I need. Hopefully by the time you see me again, which hopefully will not be too long, or hear from me. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Kind of want to do webcam videos because you people, for whatever reason, tend to like our faces. The videos of us with our faces have more views than the videos of us not with our faces. So more webcam stuff. I want to try to stream. I want to try to see if this internet here can hold a stream steadily enough, which I may do that on my personal Twitch channel, which I'm not going to give out here because I don't really want people to follow me there yet. At least not now, unless something changes. But I just want to try, man. And that's all we can do is try. This video went off on a tangent. I don't know. I had things planned and I don't even recall what they were. You had your videos have a flow and all that stuff. But anyway, so yeah, 2020, yeah, it sucked. Like, for people. It sucked. There's a lot of stuff that couldn't happen. It sucked that people missed out on doing a lot of cool things. The people made the most of it. The people who did. People, some people learned a new craft. Some people, took the initiative. I have a friend of mine who got laid off from his job and opened his own restaurant. Like, he took a risk, and hopefully it pays off. And I'm supportive. I wish I could eat there more, but unfortunately, money's tight for now. But that's changing. Things change, and you have to go with it. You can't be so adamant against change, because change is inevitable. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. And you can still keep things the way that you like them, but you still have to be flexible enough to move with the changes that are going on. Make new friends, listen to different people, gain new opinions. Be receptive of people who don't share the same opinions as you. Learn, love. Like, that's the thing. That's loving yourself and loving others. And that's the thing, y'all. I learned this the hard way. You can't love anybody else unless you love yourself. I tapped the table, so it's tapping the camera, so I'm sorry about that. You have to learn to love yourself before you're able to fully love others. And don't be afraid to say I love you to your friends. Don't be afraid to show affection. Don't be afraid to show emotions. Like, it causes so much more damage mentally and even physically to bottle things inside. I know. I've dealt with them firsthand. If you have the capabilities, seek out therapy. If you're on like government aid, Medicaid, whatever you want to call it, medical cards, whatever. See if you can seek out therapy of some kind. Because when I was on Medicaid, when I was actually at the lowest point in my life, I sought out therapy and it helped. And I know a lot of, medical insurance will pay for at least a session or two every so often. But that can help, just being able to go to somebody you don't know, you've never met, you've never interacted with. Somebody you can just go to and just let it go. That can help. Making changes in your life, being willing to change and everything like that. That's all kind of stuff you can do. And 2021 could be the year that you start it. We're looking forward to a lot of things now. We're looking forward to getting back to a semblance of normalcy. Just being able to go out to eat at a restaurant, go get your hair cut, go to a concert, go to a show. Just a sense of normalcy is what we're looking for, and we all have to work together to get back to it. Be receptive. Be receptive of information. Be receptive of altering opinions. But I'm going off on another tangent here. But anyway, guys, thank you for sticking with us. I know we're getting close to that 400 number, like really close. We ate baby food for 300, and that was so gross. We did that, but I don't know what we're gonna do for 400. I don't know what we're gonna do in general if we don't hit 400, whatever. We want to go back to making things, man. I want to go back to making things, and I know Alex does. Me and him are supposed to do stuff tomorrow, so I might talk to him about it, seeing what we can do, how we can get together and do things. But just, you know, make 2021 yours. Just do what you can, you know. Normally I don't make New Year's resolutions, and I still not. It's not like I said I have a goal for 2021, but I'm not calling it a resolution. It's something I'm going to obtain, and it's something I'm going to do. But I'm not doing it because it's the new year. I'm doing it because I need to. It's something that needs to change. It's something that needs to be done, and I'm going to do it. And that's how you do it. Just make a goal. I have a board I'm gonna erase here in a little bit, maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do it. I have a whiteboard that I write things, positive affirmations, goals, and things like that. I'm gonna erase it and write new things on them because things are changing. Things are constantly changing, and I'm ready to go for it. All these different things that are happening. But do whatever you can, even if it's a small, simple goal. Maybe it's something as simple as, you know, getting up every day, taking a shower, and then going out even for a little bit. Or, you know, cutting out caffeine, eating healthy, finding a new job, something simple. Just write it down, make it yours, and mark it off once you're done. You'll feel so much better even if you complete simple tasks. Once marking it off. If you have a more grandiose goal, go for it. Make it a long-term thing. Don't make it like, I'm going to be a billionaire by the end of the year. No, just, you know, maybe I can be more liquid. Make sure I can have better stuff like that. Do simple things, make your life, you know, just do what you need to do to make your life better. And try not to, and do it in such a way that doesn't hurt people. Build friends up, build family up, build others up. You know, because if we build each other up, we will all reach higher peaks. That sounded so corny, but it's true. I just, you know, I have so much love in my life now. From my friends, my family, everything like that, and I want to spread it to as many people as possible. So I love you guys. I'm glad if you've made it this far. Thank you for watching the entire thing. I'm going to end it here before I go on another tangent. So, yeah, the goal right now for the channel, just post more content. And if you made it this far and you want to see stuff from us, let us know. Put it in the comments. Whatever kind of videos you want to see, whatever games you want to see, we'll do the best we can to try to play them. Obviously we can't do everything, and some games are going to be harder to get than others, but we'll do our damnedest to do what we can. If you want to see another challenge video, if you want to see us vlog, if you want to see something dumb, just put it in the comments. We'll figure it out. If we don't do it, I'm sorry, but sometimes we don't. But we'll do what we can for you guys. You're our audience, and we love you guys. But anyway, 2021. Make it happen, Captain. But I haven't done this in a long time. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Thank you for commenting, subscribing. ring that bell, sharing with your friends, all that stuff. Again, I went backwards, but thank you everybody for stopping by, and we'll hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.